Okay,
I require rest.
we are back in Drezen and ready to level up the rest of our companions to 13. Same disclaimer, please remember that this is not necessarily a guide on how to create super awesome builds. These are just normal builds. I don't know how they will do. And that's it. So, let's get started. First up, I'm going in the order in which we met the companions. So Camellia should be first, because we've already done Sela. Let's take another Spirit Hunter level. Trickery and Stealth. Feats. So, she does not yet have Outflank. So that's what I'm going to get. She also doesn't have Shatter Defenses yet. And that's something I want. In order to get Shatter Defenses, she needs Dazzling Display. So we have our feats locked up for a while. I'm going to get Outflank here at 13. Then, unless things change, I'm going to get Dazzling Display at 15 so that she qualifies for Shatter Defenses at 17. Taking a look at these feats that I've already taken, she kind of needs all of them. She maybe could go without Piranha Strike, but I kind of want that because that's how she's going to deal reasonable damage. I want improved critical so that she can get mythic improved critical. So that way she will be having a crit range of 15 to 20 with a ×3 multiplier. And then when the extra damage you get from Piranha Strike will stack on top of that. And if she can, she'll get improved Piranha Strike as well. So that's where we're going with Camellia. Now, whether or not I have the chance to actually do that, who knows? But this level is Outflank. And I believe that is her only decision. It is, but now she has access to 7th level spells, just like Soziel. Next up should be Lann. This is the damage we took while we were duking it out. Ha! He thought he was winning. Okay. I actually don't know what to do with Lann. I've been thinking about this. And I don't know if this is going to be a good idea or not. But I've decided to go down the Vital Strike line. So Vital Strike on its own, it as a standard action. So most of the time he's doing a full round action. So you can't Vital Strike while you're doing that. But a lot of times, if we're able to get the surprise round, he gets sort of 2 standard actions. Because when Tamari and Lann both attack, Lann's arrow seems to usually work. Tamari gets a full attack, and then in the surprise round, Lann gets another action. So we could be using Vital Strike, twice per combat if we get the chance to start with arrow shots. And also when things start running around, and if I decide to chase him down and strike, that means you have to move and then do a single attack. So Vital Strike just doubles the base damage dice, which right now for Lann is 2d6. So 7 points, that's not that big of a deal. However, if he has legendary proportions up, then that's 4d6. Alright, a little bit better. Still, an extra 14 points. Is that really worth it? Well, we're going to get improved Vital Strike. We're going to get greater Vital Strike. So instead of just being an extra 2, it'll be an extra 4. So that 4d, and of course it's going to be down the line when we get this. Eventually, each arrow that he does at level 20, for example, is 2d10s. And if we have legendary proportions on top of that, that goes up to a staggering 6d8s. So 6d8, average from that is 27. So if you get an extra 3 sets of that, that's an extra 81 points. Now when you stack Mythic Vital Strike on top of that, now they really count as additional arrows. You get your strength bonus, you get the enhancement bonus from the bow, you get your deadly aim, you get your mythic deadly aim. So that really does become an extra 3 arrows. And then if you crit, I don't know if the game does it right. So if you crit on that single action, it should just be equivalent to only the first arrow can really crit. So you get 3 from the one that crits plus the extra 3 from the greater vital strike. So that's 6. However, if it multiplies, it's 9. Plus I'm going to have mythic improved critical. And so things could get pretty good. Now, Vital Strike, I think these are more designed for two-handed fighter types where you move and strike and just try to completely obliterate things like that. So it's not really designed for bows, but I want to try it, see how it works. And that's it. Next up will be Woljif. Elder Scoundrel. Looks like no decisions, except for a feat, of course. And does he have outflank yet? That's a question. He does, so I am going to try to build towards shatter defenses. I've also considering improved critical for him, but a lot of his damage is based on sneak attack, and that doesn't get multiplied on a crit. So, and he doesn't even have Piranha Strike yet, so his actual damage that would be multiplied isn't that much. So I want to get Shatter Defenses to help him hit. He applies significant debuffs on the opponents, hurting both their armor class and their attack rolls. So if those hit, we need to make sure they actually hit. So in order to get Shatter Defenses, we need Dazzling Display first. 5th level spells. Okay. We're going to take buff spells where we can. And there aren't really a whole lot of level 5 buff spells that we have. There's Thought Sense, but when I tried that with Nenio, it was less impressive than I thought it would be. We have Life Bubble, which Sozeal has. We have Echolocation, which lasts longer, but I would think Thought Sense would be better. We have the Beast Shapes. What do the Beast Shapes do? He doesn't want to take penalty to Dex. So no Beast Shape for him. Angelic Aspect. Doesn't really seem worth it. A little bit of damage resistance. It could be useful, but only 5, so it's not like that's a lot. Elemental Body. What about this? Problem is, I don't know if he gets to keep his daggers and attack with his daggers. I think it I think you don't. I think he would only have his natural attacks. Like if he uses Elemental Body 2 to go to an Air Elemental, then he gets his Slam attacks and pretty much none of his abilities. I mean, his Sneak attack would still work with his Slam attacks. But... and therefore his Debilitating Injury would still work, but his Finesse training wouldn't work. So... I'm less than impressed. Let's get Thought Sense and Angelic Aspect, I guess. Done. Next up will be Daeran. Alright, I gave Daeran these bracers, which gives him Call Lightning, Lightning Bolt, Chains of Light, and Call Lightning Storm. Chain Lightning, Storm Bolts. Alright, this basically gives him a lot of electricity spells that rely on spell resistance. So, Daeran's gonna start taking spell penetration. And those types of spells. The other option would be... I don't think he has Shake It Off yet. Oh, yeah, he does. It's right there. Okay. Spell penetration it is. If I can find it. Spells. Level 4. So, chances are if Daeran's with me, then Soziel isn't. So he kind of needs to provide the spells that I often rely on Soziel for. So I rely on Soziel for Crusader's Edge, but Seela also has access to Crusader's Edge, I think. And I rely on Soziel usually for protection from energy communal. And I think that's the way to go. So I haven't decided if I'm going to do Enduring and Greater Enduring with him yet. I probably will, but that's not a decision I need to make right now. Level 5 spells. Life Bubble, because I might not have Woljif with me or somebody else who can cast it. Raise Dead? I'd rather just not die. Plus I still have Torrential of Scales. Pillar of Life. Let's take Life Bubble. Cleanse, maybe? No, this is personal only. Life Bubble. Level 6 spell. I'm gonna hope that eventually I have good headgear and belts that I'm not gonna rely on these mass animal buffs. So I'm not gonna get the mass animal buffs with Daeran, although it might be a good idea. If I don't see anything better, I'll probably take it. He has True Seeing. And of course he has a lot of spell slots, so he can just use True Seeing. Um, 100 damage, you know, it's 100 damage, but eventually he'll have access to mass heal, which works pretty well against undead. So I am... go away, spell descriptor. I'm going to go with Joyful Rapture, I think. Free from any emotion effects. Plus, you heal some mental damage. So let's try Joyful Rapture. That's... Could do Hellfire Ray, but he's going to concentrate on electricity, and half of Hellfire Ray is fire. Although the bracers supposedly could convert all of that to electricity. So maybe I should take Hellfire Ray. I'm going to take the healing type of spell. I'm going to take Joyful Rapture. Done. Next up is Sozeal. Alright, I eventually want Shatter Defenses with Sozeal too. But first up on his priority list is going to be Dreadful Carnage. Does he not even have Outflank yet? Oh no. Oh, he probably took Outflank as a bonus fighter spell. I was looking for it in here. I didn't see it. So, yeah, he took it as a bonus fighter feat. Okay. So we're going Dreadful Carnage. And then he'll pick up... He already has Dazzling Display. So he'll pick up Shatter Defenses at level 15. Done? And finally we get to Greybor. Like a lot of other people, I'm trying to get him to hit as frequently as he can. He has sneak attacks, which don't multiply on crits. He has a lot of attacks per round. He's actually the only one that already has greater 2-weapon fighting. Well, Regill might already have it too. I know Woljif doesn't. But we need him to hit easy. So in order to get Shatter Defenses, we need Dazzling Display. And that is it. Alright, thank you for joining me. Let's save this game and sign out. Sayonara.